Kevin, you guys had a 3-point lead at the half, and then third quarter comes out. You guys are like wild dogs out there. I mean, what did something happen at halftime? I mean, what do you account for that third quarter that you guys put on them?
Well, we generated good shots early, and they didn't go in. And we were very confident that we continue to get those looks. They'll go in at the right time, and that's what happened in the third.
Kevin, I thought I saw you congratulate Anthony Davis at the end of the game. If I'm right, what did you say to him, and how did he impress you over the 5 games?
I just told him I'll see him in the summer, and he's gotten so much better. Just I remember him as a I want to say 18-year-old. We went to London 2012 for the Olympic team, and I'm talking you had Kobe, Bron, myself, CP, Melo, Russ, James, like some real good players, and you could tell that he was going to be really, really special even at that early age. His stuff he was doing back then was really advanced. So to see where he is now is going to be really dangerous for people coming up here soon because he could do everything. He could do it all. He can shoot. He can turn around over his shoulder, shoot the hook shot. He can pick and roll, catch lobs. So he's just getting more comfortable, and some playoff experience is definitely going to help as well. So glad I got an opportunity to compete against somebody like that, and when it really means something in the playoffs, and you can just kind of see the growth that he's gone through as a player. So I can appreciate that.
Hey, Kevin, a little bit to your right. I know that you weren't overlooking any other opponents, but all season long, has it sort of felt like this team and the Rockets were sort of on a collision course, and how does it feel now that has arrived?
I never really thought about that, to be honest. I mean, it's tough enough every day to get up and work on your game and go through practice and go through, shoot-arounds and traveling and, all that stuff. I just try to focus on the present as much as I can. And I'm sure it's the same for my teammates. But, obviously it was so much coverage around the league and so much attention around our league. You hear about the best teams and the best players. So I just try to stay in the moment. Anything could happen, but this is the matchup, and both teams are looking forward to going out there and competing and having some fun.
Draymond became the first Warrior ever to average a triple-double in a playoff series. What's his impact been? And also, do you think he deserved a good laugh when he went over to the Pelicans huddle and kind of inserted himself over there?
Yeah. Draymond, when Draymond's locked in on the small things, that just his game just explodes. When you see him out there, great contesting shots, being physical with bigs. He's smaller than a lot of guys that he has to guard down there, and he's making it tough on them. I think he feeds off of that more so than anything. Obviously, the triple-doubles look great on the stat sheet, but I think Draymond just enjoys the small things that equal to a win that people don't really see on the stat sheet. So, and he's such a great player that, it kind of translates itself. It kind of translates through the stat sheet, but all the small things that he does, that go unseen is the reason why we're able to, win games the way we win them and have different matchups. And his, I don't want to call him antics, but his, just his passion for the game, passion for winning and competing, it shines bright even through things like going to somebody else's huddle. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun to see as a basketball player.
Kevin, right here, there was a stretch there in the third quarter where you had whatever you want to call it, the death lineup, but the Hamptons Fine was on the court. Can you talk about what makes that group so special, and do you like starting the game with that starting five?
That unit played really well. I mean, it just depends on the matchup and how how we can match up best and what works best for us as a team. And I thought that lineup did a really good job of just switching everything, playing good defense, getting out and running as well. And when we lock in, get stops, I think we're a very dangerous team in transition. And then we got guys that can do multiple things. I mean, I kind of Steph, Clay, run around and knock down 3 balls, and Steph great in the pick and roll and penetrating, and I like to get in my sweet spot and go to work. So, it's different ways we can score the ball, but I think defensively we just try to play hard as we can and contest shots and rebound.
Kevin, what's your recollection of the January 28th game against the Rockets and some of the confidence also that they displayed after beating you guys?
Tough loss for us that game. We had plenty of opportunities to win, but unfortunately we didn't. But that was so long ago. I think both teams are different and playing better. So, I try not to look at those games, but we kind of know what, both of these, they know what we do. We know what they do. It's just a matter of playing well on that given night. So we'll see what happens.
Kevin, Steve said with Steph playing 37 minutes and doing a little bit of everything, he's back to being Steph. We see his flair, his emotion. How much does that mean? And is Steph back to being Steph?
He always was back. He always, no matter if he was on the sidelines and with a knee injury, he was always Steph. He's just. I think for me, my opinion was is that, Coach was really trying to monitor his minutes and trying to help him get back. So as a player, it kind of takes you out of your routine a little bit, and you just start to think just a little, about when I'm coming out or if I'm gonna play, longer the next game. You just start thinking about unnecessary stuff. And I think Coach did a great job, though, just giving him a little bit here and there, and then tonight, really just letting him go. And you see, when you let the dog off the leash, what happens. And we're going to continue. We're going to need him to continue to be aggressive, and we'll live with anything after that.